Well, I'll try again. I just recorded a video starting at 5:22, and there were some things that, sometimes my voice sounded like I was a dragon or something. It was really, really weird, and there were pauses, and they're just technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on, so I started that one at 5:22. I'm starting this one at 5:44. I listened to various parts of the other one, and as I said, I just ended up scrapping the whole thing and I'm starting over. And the title for the video today is How Will the Big Changes Arrive? And the blurb that I wrote goes like this. To me, change is inevitable. Things cannot stay the same no matter how much the so-called elite struggle to maintain the status quo. As longtime listeners, viewers know, I have been involved with more than one group promising change. As I see it, each one has something positive to offer, and I'm realizing that it might actually be foolish to believe one and only one group will succeed. As crazy as it may sound to some, I believe some of the changes will actually come from people already part of the system who have their own awakening. Others will simply see the handwriting on the wall and go with the flow. No matter how it happens, there's a new world coming. Bottom line, I'm really not sure how it will happen, and I don't think anyone is, other than God. I just noticed a typo here that I didn't notice before, but I just fixed it. Anyway, yeah, that was really, really strange. But I get a little bit frustrated, and I also laugh when I hear people come across like they know exactly how it's going to happen. You know, Jesus is going to appear in the skies and all the good people are going to be raptured away. That's one of the things that some people believe very strongly. And there was a time in my life that that's what I believed. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that changes come through actual process, and it's about a continuation of life, not an abrupt change and shift in the way things are. In other words, I don't think we're going to shift to a heaven somewhere other than a heaven on earth. And I believe that's the change that was promised, that there would be a new heaven and a new earth, but it's not like it's going to eradicate the old. It's just going to be under a different paradigm, a different way of operating everything in life. It's going to be based on truth and not lies. And that's the problem with the old system that has filtered down to everything that we've ever known in our entire lives. Everything that we've known is based on lies. It's fraud. The governments are totally fraudulent. And some people say the change has to come from the United States. And I'm inclined to agree that the political changes and the economic changes are not going to come from anywhere other than the United States. That includes China, that includes Europe, and any place else on earth. If the United States doesn't change, nothing else is going to change, because the United States is the military arm of the old world order. And it's not going to be able to bring the changes, or we're not going to be able to bring or see the changes take place unless that old world order, that militarism of might makes right, uh, and the fraudulent system of government that we've known in the United States since, sadly, Abraham Lincoln. And I always admired Abraham Lincoln, but he was the first president that, as far as I know, he was the first president that was a lawyer. And attorneys are not allowed to hold public office according to the original 13th Amendment of the original United States Constitution, which has never been changed. So all lawyers and attorneys cannot be part of the new system as far as holding a public office, unless the system that they operate under, the admiralty law system, changes. And that has to change with the Pope. It has to change with with a whole bunch of changes need to take place in the world in order for that to actually occur. And how that's going to come down, look at, I don't know the answer. I don't think it's going to be a big escape. I think it's going to be a transformation, and it has to be a major transformation. The changes have to be based on reestablishing truth and reestablishing something based on standards of truth. It can't be based on lies. It can't be based on a monetary system that is fraud, that is fiction. It can't be based on fiat currencies. It has to be based on something that's tangible and real. And I don't even think ultimately gold and silver and platinum and other precious metals are going to be the answer. I think we're going to get to the place where there is no monetary system whatsoever. How that will come about, I'm not sure. But I do believe that because so many people around the world are awakening, it cannot stay the same as it has been. No matter how much the cabal struggles to maintain the status quo, they're not going to be able to hold up their house of cards when the truth is there for so many people to see. Are they going to kill everybody that knows the truth? That's not going to be easy to do because it keeps spreading. People keep waking up all over every day. And it's not going to just snap the fingers and we're going to all disappear. No. There's going to have to be a metamorphosis that takes the old system down and establishes the new system. And again, I don't think it's going to be coming from anywhere. If the United States doesn't make the changes, they're not going to happen because the United States is the one that's holding everything back. We are the military arm of the cabal. And as long as we're killing people and holding things back from people that are good, as far as finances and stuff like that, it's not going to happen. The United States has to change in order for the world to change. Now you may say, Ron, that's very United States centric. Well, maybe it is, but the United States, again, is the impediment to the positive change. It's not part of the change, it's the thing that stands in the way of the change. And so how it's going to come about, I don't know. I believe that China and Russia and the BRICS nations will play a role. I don't know how they're going to get the United States to play the role in the game with them by better rules. That's going to remain to be seen. But the changes are happening because we are waking up. It all is based on that. The awakening is occurring. And it did not happen when I was younger. It's happening now in my latter lifetime. People are simply not accepting the way things have always been, and change is being demanded by the consciousness of humanity, and I believe by God's self. And I'm looking forward to the changes. I'm looking forward to working with lots of people. Anyway, this is a little bit shorter than the other video was, and hopefully I didn't get any warning things or freezing screens or anything like I did on the other one. And I don't think my voice is going to sound like a dragon or something. I don't know what a dragon even sounds like, but yeah. Oh, now it's saying it's restarting my computer. Maybe that was the thing. It's a Windows update that's causing me to postponing it. Anyway, thank you for listening, and namaste.